bending in the middle because it's like about to fall apart, then you're not doing it right. So you gotta have a glizzy and then something cold, whatever it is, beer, lemonade. You gotta have something cold to wash that hot dog down with.
It was a defensive play so iconic that we simply call it the catch.
This is the glove Willie Mays had when he made that catch. This is great.
Oakland pitcher Dave Stewart was named the nobody could steal a base like Ricky.
I'm the greatest of all time. Thank you.
So imagine making steals in these stuff.
So these are tie cups.
These are tie cups.
So what I want to know is, were they ever swabbed for the DNA of opposing pitchers?
Roberts is no stranger to stolen bases himself.
That's what makes him special, is that everybody knew he was going to steal.
Roberts is going. Safe.
You know what they say, one great play deserves another. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Batting ninth is the third baseman, David Hamilton. For the homestanding Detroit Tigers, leading off is the third baseman, Kevin McGonigal. Gleyber Torres will bat second and play second base. Colt Keith is in that 3 spot. He'll DH this afternoon. Riley Green is out in left field batting fourth. Dylan Dingler will catch and bat fifth. Kerry Carpenter gets a nod in right field. He'll hit sixth. Spencer Torkelson is at first base batting seventh. Wenzel Perez will patrol center field and bat eighth. And batting ninth is your shortstop, Javier Baez.
Pitching matchup brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. For the latest offers, go to Toyota.com. Tarek Skubal against Brandon Sproats for the Brewers. Game time weather brought to you by Clean Express Auto Wash, the official car wash of the Detroit Tigers. Fast, easy, clean, and free vacuums. 72 degrees, not a cloud in the sky, a light left to right breeze in downtown Detroit. Keys to the game brought to you by Rave Associates, proud distributors of Bell's Brewery, founders in Long Drink. Let's talk about the keys for the Tigers against Brandon Sproat. Bobby, as I mentioned, big arm, inconsistent results, and the one thing that really jumps out right off the start, there's a lot of numbers, but he's not a strike thrower.
No, not at all. He will walk you. He's had 4 outings this year where he's walked 4, 4, 3, and 3. So the Tigers got to make him come to him. He likes to work east-west. When he's out there, we'll talk about that a little bit more. But you got to make him come to you. When he does, there should be something to hit.
Tigers come in with a record of 13-12. The Brewers come in at 13-10. They now get ready to face the 28-year-old from Kingman, Arizona, Tarek Skubal. Lefty on the mound, takes a few lefties out of the lineup. Brandon Lockridge, a righty in the leadoff spot for his pitch of the game. Fastball, strike. We are underway here at Comerica Park in downtown Detroit. So glad to have you along for the wrap-up of this 3-game series. Brewers take game 1, 12-4. The Tigers 5-2 winners yesterday. The strike one, swing and a foul out of play. Well back first base side. 5th start, and Bobby, as I said, the numbers, 3-2 with a 2.08 ERA. Looks just like where he left off last year.
Just keep it rolling, big fella.
Drops the hands into his motion. The 0-2, swing and a foul straight back. Always, always, always working on something. And Bobby, it's been interesting, and I talked to him about the other day. He's always talking about he really wants this changeup, the metrics on it to be where he wants. Swing and miss on the changeup. It is his pitch, arguably the best pitch in baseball. And so, like out of his last start, he always talks about he wants to cut the vertical, increase the horizontal. So the vertical was 0, which is great. But he said that meant that my arm angle was down more than I wanted it to be. So he's always looking for, okay, I'll take those results every time. That start against Boston, but what can I do to make sure that it's better the next time out? Terang fouls the pitch out of play, and that's why he's so good.
That's good to great right there. He's not okay just being really dominant. He wants to be the most dominant all the time, and that's what winners do.
Swinging a foul out of play, quickly ahead of Terang. No balls and 2 strikes.
That arsenal, again, relatively unchanged from a year ago, but again, those small tweaks, winning in the margins, 4-seam fastball, changeup, 2-seam fastball, slider, and the occasional curveball.
Working third base side of the rubber, the 0-2, swing and a miss, fastball, 99 right by Terang. Wow. First pitch today brought to you by McLaren Health, the official healthcare system of the Detroit Tigers. 99 in the first. We haven't seen that this year, Bobby.
That's just bully ball, Dan. Here, hit this heater. I bet you can't. And he didn't.
2 up, 2 down. These are the most dangerous hitters, especially Terang and Contreras. Fastball a little bit low at 98. He's feeling it out of the gate, and that's one of the things we've talked about throughout a chilly April. When velocities are down even a little bit, you really do go right to the cold weather. Fastball strike at 97, 1-1 on Contreras. Now you've got 72. You feel a little looser. Ball jumps out of your hand just a little bit better. The 1-1. Swing and a miss on a changeup.
That's filth. That is absolutely dirty. You talk about that vertical break. That was a 1. He failed. What's going on?
Swinging a soft tapper to third base, so a victory for the Brewers. They put the ball in play. McGonigal over to Torkelson. He dropped it, but only after he made the catch. First base umpire Dexter Kelly says nope. He was just taking it out of his glove. Contreras is out. Put-out goes 5-3. McGonigal to Torkelson. We go to the bottom of the first inning scoreless. This is the home of Detroit.
Jordan Lawler leads off the bottom of the third. Reynaldo Lopez, first pitch swung on. That is hit high and deep to left field. It took a long time, but there's the first Major League home run for Jordan Lawler.
424 feet off the bat of Lawler. And no doubter for him, a kid who was, what, 6th overall pick a few years ago. They had to find kind of a spot for him. He was a shortstop. They put him in the outfield, and nobody giving him any love after his first big league home run.
Congratulations, Jordan Lawler. That's number 1.
I was so inspired by what you were making that I want to do my own all-star ballpark bite, but I'm thinking we take some of that brisket that you make, and I'm going to do like a little slider. Got the pepper jack cheese, some American, get it going with some of the barbecue sauce that you have, that spicy, delicious one, and then caramelized onions. Make like a little sandwich. We cool?
Sound like a plan.
I think we did good.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chef.
PestSolutions.com.
Davey Tree and the Detroit Tigers are excited to present triples for trees. 3 trees planted for every Tigers triple this season. That's 90.
His Center for Parkinson's Wellness in Farmington Hills. After 3, it's a 2-0 lead for the Tigers on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
So the reason I got to Cooperstown is because I played with Cal and I played with Eddie and I played with some of the greatest players ever. And, you know, I just had to figure out how I did my job, and I was honored to have some of the best players that ever played put on uniforms, and they happen to be Oriole uniforms. If there's ever any doubt that I'm 78, all I got to do is look at my old cards and I know.
Jordan Leisure on. White Sox were able to tack on a little insurance with the home run from Munetake Murakami.
Here's Kurtz, driven to right field. Tie game! 115 off the bat, and Kurtz is amped up along with this West Sacramento crowd, 6-6.
That's how quickly things can change, not only personally for Nick Kurtz, but for the ball club. Just one swing, and we've got a brand new ball game here.
Nine up, 9 down so far for Tarek Skubal. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Tigers are the 2-0 lead, and we couldn't be happier to be joined by Tiger great Kirk Gibson, who has opened the Center for Parkinson's Wellness in Farmington Hills. And Gibby, we were talking last half inning. You talked about all the good people who work there, volunteer there, are on staff there. A strike to Brandon Lockridge, 1 ball, 1 strike. And you use the word community, and that seems like such a big part of what you are building there. It's a place for people to go who maybe before didn't have a place to go, with people who are going through some of the same things they're going through.
Absolutely, and they do so free of charge. That's the biggie. Insurance does not cover it. We're raising and donating money in, and that's what we do. And so you have your caregiver can come in. Anybody that's got Parkinson's, you come in, you register, you get a doctor's letter.
Swing and a miss and a strikeout of Lockridge to start the fourth.
Then you come in and you get an orientation, which tells you how it works. You get evaluated after the orientation, and then you get assigned a color, blue, orange, green, or yellow, and that allows you to get into an app and schedule yourself into.
That is a great way to do
it. Yeah, you schedule yourself into a class. I mean, on my phone right now, I got the app, and I can sign up. And if you're a yellow, you need more attention, and we're going to have more coaches. We're going to be cognizant of that, and it's. Tell you what, they're serious about it, Danny. They're just as serious as these guys on the baseball field. I was so impressed. And the first day, we didn't know whether we were going to have one person or 500 people, and it was.
You really didn't know.
We did the studies that suggested there's 8,000 people within a 45-minute drive from our facility, but we didn't. We were reaching out to those people. We didn't really have a name for them.
Yeah.
And it was incredible. It was so emotional the first day, and they've taken it up, and they've got a great culture going. I mean, you go there.
2-2 fouled out of play. Terang, 2-2 count, one out in the fourth inning.
You go there on the Monday, they miss each other for the weekend. I mean, it's truly incredible. And
that's special.
We hope to get more information and learn how to. What does the data mean? We're getting an incredible amount of data. What does it all mean? Because with the disease, it's you have an imbalance basically of dopamine, and your coordination, your balance, those things are what leave you.
Soft ground ball to second base. Torres will charge field and flip to Torkelson. 2 outs in the fourth inning. 11 up, 11 down for Tarek Skubal. So it's constantly learning more about the best ways to attack it, or as your center says, it's about wellness and preventing the onset of more severe symptoms.
Yeah, and if anybody wants to know, go to KirkGibsonCenter.org, and everything's right there. Or Kirk Gibson Foundation, one of the two, and you can dig in. There's a ton of stuff on there. We work hard to bring it to everybody. And I appreciate you having me there. Watch the Tigers all the time, and they're doing some good things, huh?
They sure are.
They're doing some good things. It feels like they've got some pieces this year, don't they, to go deep.
Well, the young guys are now not the young guys, but they do have some new young guys, and they got some more young guys too. And I got a feeling you're going to see them.
Yeah, in the not too distant future. 1-1 is tapped softly down the third base line. What do you like the most about what you've seen of this 2026 Tigers team?
I think their tool chest is fuller than it's ever been. And the thing about it is are you going to implement them? I think these kids in this group of Tigers now, they understand more when to implement. Like sometimes you work on stuff and you say, oh, I gotta use this, but it's not applicable. But they're starting to they do a lot good.
Check swing, did he go? He did not. 2-2 on Contreras.
You know me. I like all the stuff on the outside. I watch a guy take his first step out of the batter's box every time. It's like Bobby and I were going to race. And they say on your mark, get set, I'm on my way.
That's that competitor in you.
Well, there's a speed of what you got to operate out here if you want to be good. It's faster than you used to do it.
That's true.
2-2 the count on Contreras, seventh pitch of the at-bat. Line drive and a base hit in left field and an audible groan from the crowd. That ball gets by Riley Green to the wall and then a kick past him. Big turn and hold at second base for Contreras.
That's a tough little play right there for Riley Green. You kind of reach down and going, ball snuck a little further by him and got a little deke from the runner right there, but Riley just calmly picks it up and throws a strike his third.
Yeah. Gibby, let me ask you this. You talked about the young guys not being the young guys anymore. I'm sure you're talking about the Torques and the Greens and what have you. What was that transition like? You're a big leaguer, and now you're not. You're still young. You're still a young human and still young in your career, but you're not the young guy in the clubhouse anymore.
I think some of the pressure is off him because of the talent that's come up behind them.
Yeah.
And you want to talk about a guy whose world changed in a week, McGonigal.
Yeah.
He went from, am I on the team, not off the team, to an 8 or 9 year contract playing every day. He said, this is fun. and getting hits.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, that's this game, man. It's there for the taking. It doesn't always happen when you want it to, but if you hang in there, it's my belief, something's going to present itself for you. And if you got the right attitude, you know, the failures they'll go away real quick.
Yeah.
Sanchez waiting on a 1-2. Contreras at second, 2 outs, 2-0 Tigers in the fourth.
Oh,
Sanchez flares one fair down the right field line. A little bloop. He's heading for second. Carpenter's throw won't be nearly in time. One hop strike. Sanchez, little bloop. Contreras scores. They pop off the bag.
I thought I saw Baez.
AJ's got his hand up. They may challenge. Let's see.
You know, there's an example of why you want to get jammed, you know?
Yeah.
That's pretty good hitting there. Scooble's on the mound. He let it get deep. He got jammed and finagled one in there.
He sure did. It's a strong man, too, so those are going to go a little bit further, and that allowed him to get to second base. It wasn't the most graceful slide.
I got one for you to watch. I've been looking at the bats lately, the amount of tire on them. There's a ton of tire. But what I'm looking at it for, there shouldn't be. If you're breaking some bats, the tire's not as heavy, right?
That's right.
But I'm seeing a lot of tire on there, and I'm saying, you got to get jammed more.
Yeah.
I'd love to see the data on the broken bats. Part of it is the bats are better, maybe.
Yep.
But you know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely. I agree.
So getting jammed more means all good hitters get jammed.
They
right?
do.
Look what just happened. They just got to run off it. They got to get jammed.
And McGonigal's, you know, his double in the first was a jam shot down the left field line as well.
If you
inside out.
If you're pulling off it, you're not going to get jammed. In my
swinging a foul tip to the glove of Dingle. 1-2 on Luis Matos.
This is the kind of stuff I look where I say I looked at the guy's bat. And I said, and I'm not going to tell you who. He's been struggling. and he's right-handed.
We have no idea who you're talking about, but
no, but
plays a corner.
The 1-2 in the dirt. But you saw with him.
Oh, I saw a nice home run from him last night. Yeah, I talked to Torque a little bit.
Sure.
I got to see him. What a great kid. And, you know, because you get off to, you don't get a hit or you don't get to a fast start, it's a long season.
Soft ground ball to the left side, cut off by McGonigal in front of Baez, throws on the run, and he gets Luis Matos by half a step. Double single combination with 2 outs, produce a run. Go to the bottom of the fourth, 2-1, Tigers on top. Gibby, so good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you coming in. Tigers,
love those
great.
Tigers. Guys, keep supporting them.
We play in Toronto. Guerrero sends over some good stuff for the guys, so when we play in Toronto, I definitely dive into that.
You gotta be careful with Vladdy, bro, because a Dominican breakfast will put you to sleep, bro. ¿Cómo está sonando la comida dominicana ya?
La comida dominicana ya no sé cómo está sonando, porque obviamente mi esposa me cocina. O sea, hay restaurantes, pero no voy a comer comida latina.
Oh, my.
Murakami!
He knew he got it, too. He sat there at home plate.
3 straight games with a home run now for Murakami.
She is out of here! Jose's second home run of the afternoon. They haven't even hardly pitched to him at all. And when they finally do, he makes them pay. Racing it out. Hell! Oh, yes, he did! He did it again! Holy mackerel!
Made the catch! Troy Johnston with a diving catch ends the ball game. And the Rockies beat the Dodgers.
That one is driven deep to right field. See ya! Another home run for Ben Rice.
4 consecutive games with a home run.
Tigers take a 2-1 lead at the bottom of the 4th inning. Our thanks again to Kirk Gibson joining us in the booth. Parkinson's Awareness Month, his Center for Parkinson's Wellness in Farmington Hills. Again, it's worth repeating, open to anybody with Parkinson's who would like to, as he put it, join their community. It's quite a community that they have put together with the people on staff and the people who come in. You can find out more at KirkGibsonCenter.org. 1-0 to Riley Green. Changeup from Sproat on the outside edge. 2 in the first on a Riley Green home run, his 2nd of the year. Brewers have just scored a run off Tarek Skubal. Cutter in has Riley jumping back and then falling on top of home plate. Today's game brought to you in part by Meyer, an official partner of the Detroit Tigers. 4th inning brought to you by Wallside Windows, local and family owned. Celebrating 82 years as Michigan's leader in replacement windows. The 2-1. Foul out of play. Tarek Skubal gave up that hit with 2 outs, Bobby, and it reminded me of what we used to hear in this ballpark when Justin Verlander was in his prime and throwing no-hitters. An audible groan from the crowd. When he's dealing like he was. 2-2 fastball is up because you think you're about to watch something special, and he's been certainly going deeper and deeper into games this year without giving up a hit. Then he gives up a run, and you're like, what's wrong?
What's going on? Who is this guy?
What's wrong? The 3-2, good at bat. Riley Green takes the 3-2 down, draws a leadoff walk here in the 4th inning. 2-1. Tigers would like to add on. Let's pause right now for station identification on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer. Leadoff man on, Dylan Dingler's first pitch he saw, punched a single into right field, cutter up and away. They are going to give him that same big hole. Kind of interesting, Bobby. They gave him the same big hole, and the first pitch was thrown away, which is just what he did in his first at-bat. Took that pitch away and drilled it into right. Middle of the infield, double play depth, the 1-0. Sweeper in the dirt, 2-0 on Dylan Dingler. He has been just consistently good all season long. 5 home runs, 18 RBIs to go with his .260 batting average.
Just the quality of that bat. You just touched on it, Dan. You just know what you're going to get virtually every time he steps to the plate.
Short, cautious lead for Green at first, the 2-0. Big miss with a sinker, 3-0 on Dylan Dingler. Sproat coming off his best start. He had a 3-inning start against the White Sox. And then pitched 3 2/3 in relief against Kansas City, as Bobby mentioned. 6 2/3 his last time out against Toronto. The 3-0. Middle with the sinker at 96. So holding that velocity, he's been up to 98. Lots of sinkers. He's not necessarily a big ground ball guy. His ground ball rate has actually dropped from last year. Flip over to first to drive Riley back. He's got about a 2-step lead, so back easily. What Sprode has shown in his limited time in the major leagues is the ability to get a ground ball with men on base and get the double play turned behind him. Outfield straight up on Dingler. Still got the good hitters count, 3-1. Carpenter waiting on deck. The 3-1. Sinker, same spot, middle, 3-2.
And that's interesting there, because what you want to do if you're Dylan Dingler is get him close to you. He's working you away with cutters and sweepers away. He has to come in there with the 3-0. You take it. That was in the same spot. Would have liked to seen him fire on that one.
I was really surprised he didn't, because he usually attacks if the fastball's there, doesn't he?
He does. Sproat's the kind of guy, don't let him off the hook. When you got him behind or you got him down or some runners on, you got to take advantage. I can see him getting a little bit tougher if he gets a little bit of momentum and rolling a little bit.
3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He went up about 5-6 inches with the sinker from where he had just been, and he got Dingler to chase and swing and miss.
The interesting part about that, Dan, I don't know that he wanted that ball there.
I don't think he did.
He doesn't do a lot at the top of the zone, especially with that two-seam sinking fastball. He goes up there, it's usually a four-seamer. I think Gary Sanchez wanted that ball down and in, maybe get a double play ball, but he missed up, and it worked out for him.
Carpenter struck out first time up. Breaking ball at his back foot. Ground ball to shortstop. Ortiz a little lob to second base. Wow, that was not pretty, and he almost got his second baseman hurt. But if he fires that to Terang, a Gold Glover who's pretty good on the pivot, they've got a chance at a double play. Instead, it's just a simple force because of an awkward throw from Ortiz.
Yeah, he was trying to hit a moving target. You're right, it was a very awkward throw. Terang did a nice job just to corral the baseball. He almost dropped it and then keep his left foot on the bag.
Terang really did a nice job because that ball almost came out of his glove. He secured it just as Carpenter was getting to the bag. So the putout goes, or just as Green was getting to the bag. Carpenter's safe at first. The putout goes 6-4. Torkelson at the plate. Boy, Gibby still sees everything, doesn't he?
Misses nothing. Nothing. Those old school baseball cats, they miss nothing.
Always watches that first step out of the batter's box. The 1-0. Sinker up and away. 2-0 on Spencer Torkelson. Struck out first time swinging. All 4 strikeouts for Brandon Sprode have been swinging. Just 1 walk, so the strike throwing that we were going to keep an eye on has certainly been good enough. 54 pitches, 33 strikes. The 2-0. Ground ball to third base. Hamilton will wait for it. Glove it right near the bag. Flip it to Rengifo. And the Tigers get a walk and no more. Leadoff walk, but Carpenter, after the force, ends up stranded at first. We head to the 5th inning.
With these designs, I wanted to bring out the Old English letter font, but add a twist to it. This is one I've developed over the years and used on a lot of tattoos. You could tell a sign painter or a lettering person by their numbers. That reveals a lot about them. It's an honor to design for the Dodgers. It's almost gone beyond sports, even into fashion. People wear LA caps all over the world.
2-2. Got him with a high fastball. The bat goes flying.
Dangerous projectile going towards the dugout.
Whoa! That's a rally shoe closet.
Takeoff play at second. That does go into center field. And Bowers on his way to third.
The ball was tagged on a line.
The slowest runner in the big leagues. He's gonna get there.
Kirk was giving everything he had right there.
Yeah, it was enough.
Batting third, number 5, George Brett.
I've never seen this before. Look at this. Not just the Royals with the respect, but the Rangers as well. Ground ball up the middle. Base hit! George Brett singles in his last at-bat. Wow. Way to go, George.
The proud sponsor of Detroit Tigers Radio.
Blake Perkins takes a strike. 6, 7, 8 hitters against Tarek Skubal. As we said, for all 3 games. Bottom part of this order is pretty pitchable. Perkins swings, fouls it out of play. Right-handed batter. 4th year with Milwaukee. Kind of in a reserve role. Got quite a few at-bats a couple of years ago. 227 in his career. Really slow start. Just 4 for 35 start. 228 last year. Some extra base power. Pretty decently disciplined at the plate. Doesn't chase a lot, but there is swing and miss in his bat. Popped out first time up. Takes fastball high and tight 1-2. Great strike throwing for Tarek Skubal. Almost 4-1 strikes to balls. You don't see that very often. 1-2. Soft ground ball to third base. McGonigal charges, fields the waist high bounce, a strike, as it always is. Over to Torkelson at first base. 1 up and 1 down. 5th inning today is brought to you by Figer Law. All they do is win. Today's game brought to you in part by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, the official health care provider of the Detroit Tigers radio network. Today's game brought to you in part by Meyer, an official partner of the Detroit Tigers. 2-1 Tigers. We expected terrific pitching, obviously, with Skubal on the mound. Tigers jumped on Sproat for 2 in the first, and it looked like they might just continue to add on. And to his credit, he has settled down quite nicely. The last 3 innings, only 1 base runner on a walk.
He's been very good since that first. It's a little bit of spray, but then he'll come and make a quality pitch. Made enough of them to put 3 zeros up with that after that 2 spot in the first.
The strike 1 to Rengifo. Switch hitter batting righty. Slider at the back foot. Lifts that back foot out of the way. Rengifo, better as a right-handed batter most years. Pretty steady, though, from the left side. Change up, swing and a miss. Just so reliable. Throw that change up in any count at any time and get swing and miss. The 1-2 fastball. Didn't miss by much. Up and away at 96. Came out of the gate firing 99 today. 2-1 Tigers in the 5th inning. Rengifo waiting on a 1-2. Soft foul out of play. Went away with a changeup. Once he gets to 2 strikes, Bobby, he can, as he said, I can miss middle with that changeup, but they're uncomfortable in the batter's box. I don't want it there necessarily, but because they're uncomfortable in a 2-strike count, it can work.
No doubt about it. I mean,
or a foot off the plate.
It's a plus pitch.
2-2 is swinging a high fly ball, shallow center field. Perez waving his arms and bumps with Carpenter on the catch. Perez did everything right
Sure
there.
did.
No, Carpenter made the catch.
And he's the center fielder. He's got priority out there.
He was waving his arms quite dramatically.
Corner guys have priority on the infield over the catchers. The middle guys have priority over everybody else. The outfielders have priority over the infielders, and the center fielder is the captain in the outfield.
Got to be able to avoid those collisions. Meadows and Green, of course, colliding. Green was fine, but Parker Meadows is on the IL for quite a while. 4-seam fastball up. And you can tell since then there's been, again, you just see dramatic, even on routine fly balls.
Yeah.
Just get in the habit of waving your arms, and Perez did that time. Just a little bump with Carpenter, but always dangerous. Ortiz takes a strike, 1-1. Instant replay brought to you again by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. When you need the right call made, 1-800-CALL-SAM. 1-1, swing and a foul back, slider away. Man, just filling up the strike zone.
He's just relentless. And you feel that as a hitter. When you've got a guy out there and he's just pounding the zone with nasty stuff, you're like, good night. What do we, I mean, what do we do? I mean, there's nothing to do. You just feel like you're on defense the whole time.
Joey Ortiz at the plate after a quiet start. Ground ball to second base. Torres gloves it off the shoot tops. An easy short toss to Torkelson at first. And another 1-2-3 inning for Tarek Skubal. Retired the first 11, gave up a couple of hits and a run. Now he's retired the last 4. Tigers bat in the 5th inning, holding on to a 2-1 lead over the Brewers, trying to take this series.
Hurley's had a good day. 2 hits for him. Swing and a drive. Belted right. Burley admires that one. She is long gone. Is it too early to say, holy cow? I think it is right on time. The Cardinals strike again. Tucson with 2 strikes. That ball was absolutely destroyed.
What a 6th inning. Goosebump moment here at the ballpark for everybody.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
That's going to be a fair ball for Cianfrocco. Is going to get at least a double. There's that tough corner. Throw coming in. It's way over. I don't know what happened. It might have hit the stands. And the Padres have scored a run on that play.
Watch this. He goes down, picks it up, and he gets a piece of paper between the ball and his fingers.
That's the weirdest play I've seen in forever.
Wenzel Perez, first pitch swinging, drives it deep and foul down the right field line. Brandon Sproat settled down. Strike 1. Curveball away. Again, pretty solid strike throwing. Top prospect coming into this season, traded from the Mets last year. You got something to work with here, Bobby. 1-1, swinging a foul out of play down the third baseline.
No, they sure do. I like the arm. Good velocity. He's holding it right now. That last pitch, a 4-seamer at 96 miles an hour. Good action on the 2-seamer. I like the sweeper and the little cutter he throws, too. There's definitely things to work with. Being in the zone more is something that's going to have to happen. But there's, this guy's still cutting his teeth in the big leagues, and he'll figure it out. In the Milwaukee Brewers club, they have excellent pitching development. So
Sure
this
do.
guy will get better. He'll be a problem.
1-2, curveball. Soft block by Gary Sanchez. He doesn't always get high marks for his defensive work, but he still has a terrific arm. Pop time is really low. That was a good block. One of the things you hear about with Sanchez in his time with the Yankees. Time called. He's going to jog out, the veteran, to have a word with Sproat. Contreras behind the plate the first 2 games. He's the DH today. Think he saw something there, or just wanted to make sure that they're on the same page with the 2-2?
It could have been, I think, the latter. Just make sure you're on the same page. You're in a good spot in the game. Down a run. He's done a nice job to this point of limiting the damage after that 2 spot in the first. Sure, we're on the right page going forward to get this leadoff hitter out.
Wenzel Perez badly in need of a hit. Pinch hit single in game 1, the 2-2. He's swinging a fly ball to right field. It got jammed, it felt like. And it went deep for a moment, then Matos came in to make the catch for the first out here in the 5th inning.
Just enough. Doesn't throw a ton of 4-seamers like we talked about earlier in the game. This one was up, and it was in off the plate. Wenzel had a good pass at it, but he caught that about half an inch towards the trademark on the bat, and that was enough to keep it in the yard.
Bobby's got a good hard hit rate, but a lot of it's on the ground. Javi Baez swings and misses at a curveball. We know he can hit. You've liked his at-bats and the improvements he made last year. It's tough for Wenzel Perez right now. 2 for 34. You seeing anything in particular? The strike 1. Swinging the fly ball. Line drive, base hit into left field. Javi Baez lines the single. He went down and got the sweeper. He's been able to do that a little bit better this year, too.
The ones he's getting are up and closer to him. They're not as far off the plate. He's still chasing some. He hit a home run on that pitch a couple series ago in this ballpark where he got it, he just wandered it into the left field bullpen. But again, with him, it's so critical. When he gets one he can handle, regardless of pitch type, he's got to put it in play.
Talking about Wenzel. Oh, with Javi.
With Javi, yeah.
McGonigal at the plate. Swings and fouls it out of play.
But Dan, to answer your question about Wenzel, I think he had a great attitude going down. Nobody wants to be the 26th man or 27th man leaving camp. You got a choice. Get mad, pout, or go down there and work. He worked. He came back. And I think he's trying to, right now, I think there was a period early on.
McGonigal swings, fouls another one off out of play. Third base side well back behind 0-2.
And he may not admit it, but we've all been there. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to plant my flag. I'm going to make my mark. And something else happens, they're going to have to call somebody else's name. And when you're chasing it like that, sometimes you can put a little pressure on yourself and you get outside of yourself. And I think that's where he is now.
The 0-2, low and away. McGonigal's fallen behind 0-2 in each of his 3 at-bats against Sproat, but you always like him third time against one pitcher. Doubled his first time up, struck out last time up. Fooled by a breaking ball, kind of a half-cut swing and miss. Waiting here on the 1-2, 2-1 Tigers in the 5th, flip over to first. So what will be the signs for you that Wenzel Perez maybe is starting to break out of it?
And this is so generic, but I'm going to say it again. You stay in the middle of the field and start stinging some balls hard. And right now there's a little bit more chase than we're used to seeing him on both sides of the plate.
Short, cautious lead for Baez at first. Sproat does a good job paying attention to that running game. The 1-2. Fly ball, center field, not deep. Little pop fly. Ortiz, shortstop going out. He's going to give way to the center fielder Perkins. He's going to throw back to first. He's going to double off Javi Baez. Oh, boy. Javi didn't think Perkins was going to get there. He's got good speed. He just outran it and then caught Javi. Base running mistake, a rare base running mistake by Baez, and it's an inning double play. The last putout goes 8-3. We played 5, 2-1 Tigers after 5 on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
We know what you...
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
The official peanut of the Detroit Tigers and a Detroit tradition since 1924 can be purchased at Germac.com as well as their Eastern Market location, along with other fine retailers across Michigan.
Derek Schuber working with a 2-1 lead, a bunt attempt, and bobbled by Kevin McGonigal. David Hamilton, man, you got to do everything right, and McGonigal knew it. He was anticipating the bunt, and Hamilton bunted it anyway because he knows you have to field it perfectly. And McGonigal, I think, rushed a little bit, bobbled it, no throw.
Yeah, he wanted to make a play. I think this ball has a chance of going foul because of how tight it was to the line and how hard it was going. Not to mention, it was likely the only play McGonigal had right there. Let it go foul.
Lockridge at the plate, four-seam fastball up and away in the leadoff spot today. 95 on that four-seam fastball. 70 pitches, 54 strikes, almost 80% strike throwing right now for Kirk Gibson. The 1-0. One attempt down the first baseline. Look out, the Brewers are starting to play a little small ball. It's safe at first. Torkelson to Torres. They did everything right, but another speedster beats it out. Oh, man.
Nothing to do there.
This is what the Brewers do.
This is it. This is it. They got 2 base knocks, and it's a collective maybe 80 feet of contacted baseball.
You're being generous.
Hamilton right up the third baseline. Lockridge, right-handed bunt. You don't normally see this one up the first base line go for a knock, and it does. Not a bad play by Torque, but there was just nothing to be done there.
Man. Ground ball to first base. Glove by Torque. He's going to go down to second for one, and they'll throw to third because there was nobody over at first base. With the positioning of Torres, he just didn't have a chance to get over to first. So Torque gets the middle runner, if you will, at second base. Terang, soft ground ball. Good play by Torque. Man, it's been a long time since I've seen back-to-back bunt singles.
I would have loved to see
perfectly executed.
Throw that ball to third base. I think he's got a chance at that lead runner from where he was off that chopper. He gets one. That's the right play. Get it out somewhere. Let your horse figure out a way to get you out of the jam.
So the Brewers now have runners at first and third. One out, trailing by a run. This is how they play, especially with missing bats like Churio and Yelich. Contreras takes a pitch in. This is arguably the toughest out in this lineup. The series brought to you in part by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. When you need the right call made, 1-800-CALL-SAM. 2-1. Tigers clinging to the lead. This is a guy you can double up. And again, Tarek has shown that ability to get a ground ball with men on base, to get double plays turned behind him. Changeup misses 2-0. Unofficially on my scorecard, that is the deepest he has gone into an at-bat in terms of balls. No 3-ball counts today, and only a handful of 2-ball counts. Contreras shows bunt, pulls the bat back, slider misses, 3-0.
They will push this ball in the channel between first base and second base. If you beat the pitcher, it's a run guaranteed. Not even if you beat the pitcher, if you get it out there towards the first base side.
3-0, ground ball chopped to third. McGonigal down to second. One, Torres to first. Inning double play. Tarek Skubal does it again. Fantastic. Fired up. Pot fives. Dingler on the way off the field. 3-0 swinging. Contreras bounces into an ending 5-4-3 double play. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 2-1.
And there's a shot into left field. Stanton on his way around to score. The Yankees are on the board. First, it's 1-0 New York. Bouncer headed up the middle, and that's going to get through and drive in a couple of runs. Cranked up and sent into the right center field gap. McMahon's going to score easily. They're going to wave Wills around. Plays to third. 5-0 New York. Another one headed for no man's land, but Harrison Bader read it well. Former Gold Glover comes up to make a very nice catch for the guy they call Big G, who has driven in a run with the 3rd straight hit to open the 5th inning. Chopper for Jazz, hot shot, and he makes the catch. That got on there on a line, and he's telling Jose Caballero, "Did you see that?"
I could watch Jazz Chisholm play. I mean, he plays with such joy. Only David Cohn, Ron Guidry, and Mel Stottlemyre had opening day starts of 6+ innings with 2 or fewer hits and no runs allowed.
Total retail sales reports for 2025.
For every Tigers home run, Ashley, the official furniture and mattress provider of the Detroit Tigers, donates up to $500 to nonprofits supporting Michigan kids. Go
to first. Wind up the 2-2. Swing and a foul tip. Right at home plate. Trickled on the ground behind Dylan Dingler. Sanchez just got a piece of it.
He's gone for the back foot slider. Change up down. Sanchez just gets the piece. This is a heater up here, Dan.
Hands tight to the left shoulder as he cocks the bat over. Waggles the bat as he waits. The 2-2. Fastball 97 up. Last thing Kirk Gibson wanted, a long at bat to start the 7th inning of work. Bullpen begins to stir for the Tigers. Gibson works over on the third base side of the rubber, stands at a slight angle to home plate, glove in front of the face. A waggle of the glove step back with the right foot, the big leg swing, and then the drive to home plate. Sanchez swings, pops it up, shallow right center, and that's going to drop perfectly blooped in between Perez, Torres, and Matt Vierling. 2 bloop singles for Sanchez, 2 bunt singles for the Brewers. The only hard hit ball of the day. Contreras a double back in the 4th. How about that?
I was wondering if that's the one. That's the only blue dot I have in my book as well.
We rely on the Bobby Blue Dot.
The blue dot, top left corner of your frame there.
Bunt attempt and a power bunt off the bat of Luis Matos. Over the screen behind home plate. Hit 220. Last year Matos did. He's got a little bit of pop. The strike one. Fastball strike, 96, paints it down and away. Traded from San Francisco. Cash deal. Right at the end of spring training. 3-1 Tigers with the lead, 7th inning, the 0-2. Ground ball softly into right field for a base hit. My goodness. Change up down and away, and he just took it into right. Sanchez has to stop at second. What was that, 50 off the bat?
82.
Jeez. So a bloop single, soft ground ball single. Credit to Matos. That pitch is getting a lot of swing and miss. That's a contact hitter, and he just took it into right.
Well off the plate. He was trying to do nothing more with that pitch than exactly what he did.
Now Tigers will pinch in, looking for the bunt from Perkins. First pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball up and in, riding at 96. Perkins has popped out and grounded out to McGonigal at third. Baez is going to hang by Sanchez at second base. Sanchez is station to station on the base paths. So whatever speed Matos has at first is negated by the guy ahead of him. The strike one. Bunt attempt, and he did not look comfortable bunting that sinker. Bunted it into the Milwaukee dugout.
Well, that's 97 in. If you're first and second here, nobody out. McGonigal's reading at third base. Torkelson's in on the grass at first. This bunt's got to go down to third base line, and it's got to be a good one too. Sanchez can't run at all. If you bunt it hard at McGonigal, he's got to make the play.
No balls, 2 strikes on Perkins. The 0-2. Check swing. Fastball up. Appeal to first. Dexter Kelly says he did not go. Holton getting loose in the Tigers bullpen. It's a guy who's going to make you throw him a strike. He doesn't chase much. There's also some swing and miss in his bat. 1-2, swinging a little slicing foul down the right field line. 3-1, Tigers with the lead. Top of the 7th, Skubal on the mound with the lead. A bloop single and a soft ground ball single. A nice piece of hitting, really, by Luis Matos. Can Skubal get out of another jam with a ground ball double play? The 1-2. Change up, misses down.
That's a pretty good take right there by Perkins.
Sure
that was a filthy change up over the plate down. Just down, too.
Perkins has got good speed. Not an easy guy to double up. 2-2. Swing cued it off the end of the bat. 8-pitch battle between Sanchez and Skubal to start the inning. Ended in a bloop single. Matos, soft ground ball single into right field on the second pitch of the at-bat. And now this at-bat will go at least 6 pitches for Perkins. Another big 2-2 pitch from Skubal on the way. Nope, he steps off. Got a double play, turned behind him last inning to get out of a first and third one-out jam. Perkins going to have to hit it hard at somebody. The 2-2 line drive, base hit down the left field line. That's going to score at least one run. Rounding second, heading to third is Matos. Up with the ball, Riley Green. They're waving him home, and he's going to score. Throw from the outfield, not nearly in time. Way off line, 2-run double for Blake Perkins. Ties the game at 3.
Perkins got a fastball up. It was 97, but he just got the barrel moving and just beat Tarek Skubal to the spot.
That will be the end of the day. A rare end of the day that ends with Tarek Skubal unable to retire a batter in his final inning of work, in this case, the 7th. Nice hand for him. It was a brilliant first 6 innings, and then bloop, bleeder, and then a shot. Tigers going to their bullpen. Tyler Holton's coming on. Game's tied at 3. This is the home of Detroit Tigers baseball, presented by Meyer.
America.
Pitch and change brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. And the amount of hard contact in this game, I mean, 2, Bobby, hard hit balls and 24 batters.
That's it.
But Tarek Skubal couldn't get the out he needed in the 7th. His day is done. Tyler Holton takes over on the mound. 11th appearance of the year for Tyler. He's had some command issues. The oddity is a pretty good strike thrower. 6 walks so far in 10 innings, and all have been 4-pitch walks. Luis Rengifo takes strike 1.
Yeah, cutter, 2 fastballs, both the 2 and 4-seamer. Change-up sweeper, the occasional curveball. With Tyler Holton, look for that cutter, both sides of the plate.
The strike 1. Change-up high and outside. Rengifo, again, a little bit better from the right side, steadier, more consistent from the left side with solid production. When he's good from the right side, he is very good. Can hit for average, a little bit of pop. The 1-1. Soft ground ball chopped to short. Javi Baez will plant, throw, and bounce the throw. Great scoop by Spencer Torkelson. My goodness. That was not an easy scoop. Perkins has to hold at second, 1 out in the 7th. Let's pause for station identification on the Detroit Tigers radio network. Numbers so far for Tyler, he's given up 4 runs on 9 hits, 6 walks and 8 strikeouts in his 10 innings of work. Gave up a few runs his last time out. It was in the finale in Boston, gave up 3 runs on 4 hits And you have to say there was some hard contact in that outing. 1-0 to Ortiz. Cutter up and in, and it's 2-0. Joey Ortiz hitting 180 coming in. Great first year with Milwaukee, then the numbers fell off rather sharply last year in production. Right-handed batter, upright, relaxed stance, tucks the left shoulder in as he cocks the bat over the right. Fastball up and away, 3-0 on Ortiz.
Man, it seems like a lot of arm side misses for Tyler, too. Whether it be the fastball or that cutter, he likes to go on that first base side of home plate.
Torres keeping an eye on Perkins, who again, he can fly at second base. Four-seam fastball middle for a called strike. Ortiz struck out, grounded out against the starter, Tarik Skubal. Much better against lefties. Righties really shut him down last year. What production he had last year was against lefties, 280 with a little bit of extra base power. Outfield plays him almost straight up. They shift to the right a little bit. Green in left, Vierling in center, Wenzel Perez in right. The 3-1. Shot, pass to diving Javi Baez into left. Perkins had to hold to make sure that ball got by Baez. The throw comes into the infield, bounces off of Torkelson, but he'll track it down near the third base line. That was a bullet. And the only fortunate part was that Perkins had to hold. Otherwise, he trots home.
Yeah, another one, cutter middle. That's his pitch. His ability over the last few years to get it to edges almost all the time. That one was middle. Now first and third here with one out in the seventh.
Brings up David Hamilton. Pretty aggressive hitter, and he's had a good series. Lined out against Skubal, left on left. Bunt single today. Reached with 4 hits in game 1. Check swing and a sweeper. Went too far. Strike 1. There's some swing and miss in this bat too, but that's not really Tyler Holton's strength. Done an excellent job stranding inherited runners. Sweeper in the dirt. Tigers charging from the corners. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Hamilton shortened up the bunt right there. Looking to get that safety squeeze. Maybe in that channel between first and second.
The 1-1 from Holton. Ground ball, base hit into left. Pass to drawn in Kevin McGonigal. And the Brewers take a 4-3 lead. That run will be charged to Tarik Skubal. Sharp single, and now just a ground ball in the right spot. Brewers have scored 3 in the 7th.
Those holes are opened up, Dan, because of how proficient this team is, and especially David Hamilton at bunting the baseball. Kevin McGonigal has to play in to respect it. When you do that, you're changing the angles, you're limiting your range. That was a 2-hop ground ball. That particular ball may get through anyway, even if he's playing a more traditional third base, but you certainly like his chances of catching it if he's back, but he had to play in to respect the bunt.
Chris Fetter out to the mound to have a quick word with Tyler Holton. Ground ball, sharp line drive single, and the ground ball single RBI. 4-3 Brewers with 3 here in the 7th inning. That completes the final line for Tarik Skubal. He was responsible for that runner, so he goes 6 innings plus 3 batters, 4 runs, all earned on 7 hits, no walks, and 5 strikeouts. 94 pitches, 71 strikes. This is what a high contact team can do.
Yeah.
Just put the ball in play. There was almost no hard contact. Bloop single, seeing eye bleeder, and a double got him out of this game today. Final line is brought to you by Figer Law. First pitch to Brandon Lockridge, right-handed batter, ball 1. Tigers still pinch in at the corners of 1-0. Change up. And again, this is probably the biggest factor for me, at least, Bobby, for Tyler Holton. Just the strike throwing's way off so far.
It's definitely been off. It's not as automatic as it has been in years past.
First pitch strikes way down, total strikes way down. That leads to Harder contact, more consistent swings. Cutter strikes, still the hitter's count for Brandon Lockridge, 2-1. Such a valuable part of this bullpen the last 3 years. The 2-1. Four-seam fastball misses high and tight. Ortiz, the runner at second. Hamilton can just flat out fly. He's at first. Ortiz runs well too. Big pitch, the 3-1. Cutter down and away, called a strike. Challenged by Lockridge. And it was a strike. Three balls, two strikes. Can Tyler Holton get the ground ball right here? Three-two away, walked him. Single walk, and now big trouble for Tyler Holton. Bert Smith up and warming in that Tigers bullpen. The recently turned 36-year-old who is back in the major leagues. One of the last cuts of spring training. Bryce Terang batting. Shot to first base. Torkelson will come home. Dingler return throw to first. Nicely done. Very nicely done. 3-2-3. Inning-ending double play off the bat of Bryce Terang. 3 runs for the Brewers. 7th inning stretch time. Brought to you by DTE. Score energy savings this season. Manage your energy bill when you visit DTEenergy.com/save energy. 4-3 Brewers at the stretch. This is the home of Detroit Tigers baseball, presented by Meyer.
Well, this is a World Series card. Everybody said, you know, what's it going to be to pitch against Sandy Koufax, who's a dominant pitcher? I said, I hope I don't embarrass myself. And I didn't. You know, pitched my first shutout ever. We won 6-0, and my parents were there. My mom was afraid of heights, so she was in the upper deck. She had to come down and trade seats with somebody so that she could actually watch her 20-year-old son pitch a shutout in the World Series.
23-year-old flamethrower Chase Burns, the 2nd overall pick in 2024.
The pitch blew by you. Strike 3 right over the outside corner, 2 down.
That might be the first time we've seen triple digits from Chase Burns today. Ran that one up there at 100. That's a good time to reach back for a little extra right there to put a guy away. Burns brings it. Swing and a miss. There it was. 99 right on by him. Reagular down on strikes. And the inning comes to a close on Burns' 5th strikeout of the game.
Make it 2. It's a half dozen Ks for Chase Burns.
Breaking ball in the dirt. Davis looked like he had no chance.
That one had a bit of bite to it. Kind of spun that one in the zone to Horowitz for the first batter of this inning hit.
2nd, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him in the slider. 7 strikeouts for Chase Burns through 5 innings of shutout baseball against the Pirates. It's the Reds 2, Pirates nothing.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite